So hello friends, welcome back to my channel Chembasis. So in this lecture I am going to discuss about the nomenclature of different organic molecules. So this is very important chapter of organic molecules. In organic chemistry you will encounter so many types of organic molecules that those are having very complex structure, but there are some systematic method by which you can actually name those organic molecules. So in this lecture I am going to discuss about all those tricks or methods, or you can say that this is the guideline which is set by IUPAC. So this is a IUPAC guideline by which you can actually systematically do the nomenclature of organic molecules. So this chapter is the very basic chapter of any organic chemistry. So if you are really want to know the organic chemistry, you have to understood how those organic molecules are named. So that's why this chapter is very important. Okay, so at first I will discuss about the alkanes. Okay, so you can see that this is the general formula by which any alkanes are written: CnH2n plus 2, where n can be any number 1 to infinite. It can be not infinite, but it can be any number, any integer number. Okay, so let's take an example. This is a compound hexane that is called the alkane. So you can see that it fits into the formula CnH2n plus 2. Okay, there is another molecule like ethane which also fits into the formula C2H6. So these are basically typical example of some of the alkanes. Okay, and this is a common formula of cycloalkanes. Cyclo means that it has some kinds of cyclic structure, like you can see this is the structure of cyclohexane, so it has some cyclic structure. Okay, on the other hand alkane do not have any cyclic structure. Okay, it has generally chain type of structure. It can be branch chain or it can be unbranched chain. Okay, so this is a typical example, typical formula by which you can denote any cycloalkane, that is CnH2n. So this is one example, cyclohexane. As you can see, it is called C6H12. Okay, so it fits into the formula CnH2n. Similarly, another compound that is called cyclopropane. This is a structure of the cyclopropane, 3-membered ring structure, although it is very strained ring, but still it exists. So this is called the cyclopropane, C3H6. Okay, so the question that can be arises to you, that what are the various sources of alkane. So one of the very important source of alkane is called the petroleum. Yes, you guessed it right. This petroleum we are using in our vehicles and in many fields we use this petroleum. So petroleums are basically nothing but mixture of various types of organic compounds, and these organic compounds are nothing but these alkanes. Okay, it can be branched alkane or it can be non-branched alkane. So non-branched alkane is like this. There will not be any chain, there will not be any branching in the structure. Okay, on the other hand branched alkane, there will be some branching. Okay, so these are the example of branched alkane, and these are the unbranched alkane. This is simple chain like structure, that is called the unbranched alkane. So this petroleum can be mixture of various types of organic alkanes. This can be branched alkane or non-branched alkane. Okay, so if you take the mixture of alkane having the total number of carbon C to more than 12 or higher, so in that single chain it should have more than 12 number of carbon or higher. So if you take that alkane and if you heat that alkane to 500 degrees centigrade in presence of some catalyst, then it will be degraded or divided into some smaller hydrocarbon molecules, typically having carbon molecules in the range of 5 to 10, and these hydrocarbon molecules will be branched hydrocarbon. Okay, it should have some branching. So this types of process is called the catalytic cracking. So by using this methodology of catalytic cracking, the industrial petroleums are being prepared. Okay, now instead of using any catalyst, if we just heat that compound up to some 600 or 700 degrees centigrade, if we do not apply any catalyst, then the process is called the thermal cracking, and in that scenario you will not obtain any branched alkane, you will obtain the unbranched alkane chain. Okay, So now take some example. This is the structure of some branched alkane. right now do not bother about the nomenclature. I will give you a very detailed lecture on those nomenclature. So just try to feel that thing, or just try to understand these things. So this is the structure of isooctane. So you can see that this is the structure of isooctane. So this is a very ideal alkane that is used in the petroleum. Why? Because it burns very smoothly. So it burns very smoothly in the internal combustion engine. That's why it is, if any petroleum petrol has more isooctane component, then that petroleum is very ideal for any vehicle, because it burns very smoothly. And these types of alkanes are having some kinds of octane rating. So this is the best compound, or it is having the best octane rating, that is equal to 100. Okay, so with respect to these compounds, all other compounds are judged whether they will burn smoothly or not. Okay, so like this is the one compound that is called heptane. Okay, it is non-branched alkane. Total 7 carbon atom it has, and it do not has any branching, and it burns with vigorous sounds. So this is called the cracking, much cracking or knocking. So there is much knocking during that burning. So that's why these types of compounds, that is unbranched alkane and totally non-ideal, that is used in the petroleum. So this has the lowest octane rating, that is called the 0 octane rating. Okay, so let's start with the example of some non-branched alkane. So how you should do the nomenclature of some very simple non-branched alkane. So non-branched alkane means it do not have any branching. Okay, so let's start this nomenclature with these types of non-branched alkane. So you can see this is the example of methane molecule. Okay, it has only one carbon atom. Okay, so that's why it is called methane. So first 10 non-branched alkanes nomenclature you have to remember somehow. Okay, and I hope that you are already accustomed or know all these types of terminology. Okay, so now this is the example of only one membered alkane, that is called the methane, and of course it will be non-branched. There is no chance of any branching. Okay, now this is the two membered alkane, C2H6. It is called ethane. Okay, then it is called the three membered alkane, that is propane. So it has C3H8. So it has this types of structure, three membered alkane. This compound is four membered alkane, that is C4H10. It is called the butane. So 4 means butane. So this has this structure. This is a 5 membered unbranched alkane, C5H12. It has this types of structure. You can see it is totally unbranched, total 5 carbon. It is called pentane. 5 means pentane. You can see that at the last there is a word N. So N word is common in all those nomenclature. Only the first word, that is meth for 1 carbon, eth for 2 carbon, pro for 3 carbon, but for 4 carbon, pent for 5 carbon. So this terminology you have to remember. Okay, so that is the only thing that you have to remember, and of course the rules that also you have to remember in the next stage. Now this is the example of 6 membered non-branched alkane, C6H12. So you can see its name is hexane. So N is common, only hex, that is showing that it is a 6 membered 6 carbon atom compound. Okay, similarly this is C7H, it will be 16, H16. It is called heptane. So for 7 hept is there, and N is common. For 8 membered unbranched or non-branched alkane, it is C8H18. It is called the octane. Oct is for 8. Okay, now the C9H20, it is 9 membered alkane, so it is its nomenclature is non-N. Non, that is for C is equal to 9. Now for 10 membered non-branched alkane, the nomenclature is decane, C10H22. This is the structure, total 10 carbon atoms, so its nomenclature is decane. Now you must be wondered that what happened after C greater than 10. So after C greater than 10 also there is some systematic way that I will just describe. Now these are the example of the unbranched alkane. For those unbranched alkane which are having more than 10 carbon atom. So I am not writing the whole structure. You can write. I am just giving one example where the number of carbon atom is 11, okay, which is greater than 10, C11. So you can see that the decane word is common because already it has 10 carbon atom, and in addition to the 10 carbon atom it may have extra 1 carbon atom or 2 carbon atom or 3 carbon atom. So accordingly those nomenclatures are done. Okay, so as it has only 1 extra carbon atom, so that's why it is called undecane. This compound is C is equal to 12. So in addition to the 10 carbon atom, it has 2 additional carbon atoms, so that's why it is called dodecane. Similarly, this is C13, so it has 3 additional carbon atoms, so that's why it is called tridecane. This is a 14 carbon atom unbranched alkane, so it is called the tetradecane. Tetra is for those 4 extra carbon atom. Okay. Similarly, for C is equal to 15, as it is having 5 extra carbon atom, so it is called pentadecane. Now for C is equal to 16, as it has total 6 extra carbon atom in addition to that 10 carbon atom, it is called hexadecane. Okay, this is C17 carbon, so total it contains 17 carbon atom, so there are 7 additional carbon atom in, so that's why it is called heptadecane. So decane word is common, as you can see. This is C18, so total 18 carbon atoms are there, so that's why it is called octadecane, as it has total 8 excess carbon atom, 8 plus 10. This is C19, total 19 carbon atoms are there, so there are excess 9 carbon atom, so it is called nonadecane. And I think up to this is sufficient. You do not need anything beyond that. So now I will go to the nomenclature of some branched chain alkane. Okay.